Putting resources into alternative energy stocks. Elective energy stock portfolios are an incredible piece of a cutting-edge speculator's monetary arrangement, due to the fact that there is so much upward potential. These make amazing long-haul development venture vehicles, and the cash put into them by you, the financial specialist, serves to additional the reason for actualizing the elective fuel power sources that we need as we sail into the 21st century and past. Examiners foresee that by 2013, the elective energy industry will be a $13 billion industry in the present dollars. This figure bespeaks a gigantic degree of profitability. In reality, if you somehow manage to put resources into a beginning-up elective energy organization, you may wind up having put resources into the following Microsoft as far as rate of profitability. Individuals are tired of the increasing expenses of fuel. While this by itself isn't adequate comprehension of the requirement for creating elective fuel sources, it is a factor which can go about as a market producer, which means for you that interests in elective energy organizations bodes well. Nonetheless, this doesn't imply that you would initially prefer not to do some cautious examination into elective energy stocks, maybe with the assistance of a monetary organizer. A couple of option energy organizations are pursuing the correct business sectors, yet that doesn't mean you should go purchase each name in the area. Financial specialists should be careful about pursuing the stocks, says Sanjay Shrestha, who is an expert at First Albany Capital. Also, in the event that you are a speculator, at that point you realize that the issue in this area is that essentially each and every one of the significant parts in the elective energy revenue-driven game are new businesses or in the beginning phases of development. This implies for you that they have moderately infinitesimal, regardless of whether quickly developing deals, and no normal benefit in the close to term or history of profit for you to have the option to investigate. This can prompt some rising, similarly as with what befell the website business at the turn of the 21st century. Rising in the securities exchange is definitely not something beneficial for financial specialists. Analysts and monetary organizers can assume a vital part in helping you get it directly with elective energy contributing. We don't mess about in the little cap stocks that have innovation and very little income, the trust stocks. We put resources into organizations with clear money age designs set up, are the expressions of Ben Walker, who is a senior portfolio director at the Gartmore Global Utilities Reserve out of London. All things considered, the standpoint is positive in general, and sound. It is acceptable to see that the quantity of environmentally friendly power reserves and the measure of cash streaming into these assets is expanding, as per CEO of UK elective electricity provider Good Energy Juliet Davenport. The inexhaustible age market is at a significant stage in its turn of events. It needs the preceded with help of the shopper, speculator and government to guarantee that it arrives at its latent capacity and truly begins to have any kind of effect to environmental change. Interest into alternative energy research and development. The U.S. government must keep on sponsorship the extension of the part of elective energy innovative work and its execution by organizations and property holders. In spite of the fact that this essayist trusts in the rule of the unrestricted economy and that administration is best which oversees least, our present framework has organizations and individuals anticipating government sponsorship of significant activity with direct speculation, as tax reductions, discount motivations, and even direct national bank interest into the elective energy industry. The U.S. and its populace need to contribute constantly and energy that they can extra to the transformation from a petroleum product-consuming society to one that is green for a few unique reasons. The green economy won't hurt the climate or the nature of our air like petroleum product consuming does. We can turn into the energy-free country that we should be by removing our need to import oil, particularly oil that is delivered by against American countries, for example, Iran. Eventually, sustainable power sources and incredibly effective energies like nuclear energy are far more affordable than the ceaseless digging and boring for petroleum derivatives. On the off chance that we don't put resources into our future now, disaster anticipates us. We will need to devour more energy than any time in recent memory in our set of experiences as we sail into the 21st century and past. Our reliance on outsiders for meeting these energy needs just leaves us open to undermine while depleting our coffers to fill different countries. It tends to be contended that bureaucratic, state, and neighborhood governments should work related on the issue of elective energy innovative work and execute obligatory projects for new home development and all home rebuilding that specify the establishment of elective fuel power sources, at last over a specific time of years changing into 100% establishment of elective fuel hotspots for any new home or corporate structure, just as support a comparable program to have all new vehicles created in the country be half-and-half vehicles or hydrogen energy component-controlled vehicles continuously 2020. All degrees of government could likewise force obligatory consistence laws on development and utilities organizations. The service organizations in each of the 50 states should be needed to put resources into elective energy innovative work while additionally being needed to repurchase, at reasonable rates, abundance energy created by property holders through their utilization of elective fuel power sources. Solid monetary motivating forces should be set up for new organizations to put resources into creating sustainable power sources. This would not just make the U.S. energy autonomous at the quickest conceivable rate, however it would invigorate the development of the economy and give a huge number of new, great-paying positions for individuals. Elective energy age in the types of sun-oriented, wind, hydroelectric, biofuel, geothermal, and nuclear, elective energy stockpiling frameworks, for example, more effective batteries and hydrogen power devices, and elective energy encouraging foundations with better energy productivity all need then be brought into the moderate value range through turn of events. Government interest into these issues would unquestionably help us along.